Hey everyone, it's Jen with Timeline Tarot. This is your sneak peek for 2026. Each of the zodiac signs will have their own video. I've set the intentions to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. So I do encourage you to view all four of them. If you're not sure what your placements are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. I will be doing more in-depth quarterly readings for members of the Time Travelers program. And if you don't know what that is or you'd like to become a member, you can also find more information about that in the description box. Remember, these are general collective readings, not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that don't fully resonate, and if that happens, it's okay. It just means that one message is meant for someone else. So take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't, and be sure to check out your other placements. With all of that said, let's begin. Hello, Aries. Let's take a little sneak peek now into 2026 for you. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. General energy for the Aries collective for 2026 for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Let's get one more shuffle here. Thank you. You have building blocks, card number 28, and at the bottom of the deck you have Yang, card number 1. For love and romance, for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What is the overall theme, energy, message for Aries in regards to love this year? One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have happiness, and at the bottom of the deck you have freedom. And in career and finance, for career and finance for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What do they need to know in respect to their career and or finance? One more shuffle. Thank you. You have coins, and at the bottom of the deck you have wings. All right, let's start to clarify with some tarot. For Aries, for 2026, we are clarifying building blocks, card number 28. Happiness. I am aware that being happy means I am on the right path. And for finances, we have coins, money coming in, wealth, and good investment. Tell me more about this here for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements for 2026. Let's get one more shuffle here for you, Aries. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to take them in the order they came out. We have the King of Cups. We have the Seven of Swords. We have the Devil. We have the King of Swords, we have Judgment, and we have the Five of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we have Two of Swords, Strength card, and an Ace of Cups. That leaves the Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Six of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. It looks like with this Yang energy, Yang is masculine. You could be a feminine watching. That's okay. But the Yang card, you know, or just Yang in general, aside from it being in regards to masculinity, it also talks about light, being active. It's almost Emperor energy in this deck, at least for when I've used it in the personal readings. It's someone who's bright, they're warm, but they're very future focused, very future orientated. So I see you here being very decisive, again, whether you're masculine or feminine. King of Swords to the King of Cups. It looks like you are building something new. It's like you're taking control of your life in 2026 and you're building something new. And it could be in respect to love and romance. For some of you, I do think that that's the route you're taking. But it also looks like this is trickling into career and finance as well. But you're passionate about this. Tell me more about this. Clarify that King of Swords to the King of Cups and building blocks here for Aries. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the Seven of Wands. And we have the Three of Wands. That's that forward movement. At the bottom of the deck, we have Three of Swords, Page of Swords, and Ten of Wands. The Fool card. There's something here that you are changing in your life this year, something that wasn't working for you in 2025, maybe even prior to that for some of you. There was a moment here in time, probably in 2025, but I'm going to also venture to say within the first couple of months of 2026, most of you feel a little stuck. There's a new path that you want to take here, something new that you want to build or create for your life, but it looks like you're You're cautious to do that in that Seven of Wands energy. And the reason why I say that is because for me, Queens in Tarot exists in the present based upon the experiences they've had in respect to their individual card suit. And then the Kings, being the top tier of each of the 4 card suits in Tarot, I always see them as being forward taking. So there's just a feeling here that based upon your past experiences, remember we're talking about Queen of Swords now. I know you're a fire sign, but still, because of the heartbreaks, we think of 3 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 8, 9, 10 of Swords, literally some of the most unpleasant cards in the minor arcana portion of tarot. This seems to be like what is a little bit holding you back. There's like, I want to build something new kind of feeling here, but I'm a little hesitant. And the feeling here is like, I don't want to get burned again or have my heart broken again or have any type of disappointment. And so it looks like you're coming out of this. I'm going to get timing for you on this, but it looks like whatever was holding you back, there's something here that's opening up for you in 2026, and you decide you are moving forward. And I say that because we now have the 3 of Wands card. So we go from being blocked because of fears, doubts, maybe insecurities, past experiences, to now wanting to venture forward because astrologically, this is the sun in your sign. This is the sun in Aries. And so there's like this breakthrough moment here for you in 2026 where you decide, yes, I'm going to take, I don't know, like the reins or control of my life and move forward. So whatever this heartbreak has been for you, or like I said, fears, it looks like you're pushing through that. Can I get timing when Aries will be doing this in 2026? I just saw the Queen of Wands. When will Aries be doing this? Can we get timing? Not every card in tarot is timing, but let's see what we get for you. If not, I'll just pull another one for you. Can we get timing? When in 2026 is this occurring for Aries? One more shuffle here. Thank you. So your breakthrough moment, the 3 of Swords, shows itself again. So I'm going to be honest, for you, for me as a reader, swords are weeks. So we're talking within the first 3 weeks of the year, something is changing within the Aries collective. Bottom of the deck, 4 of Cups. This change is going to begin from the 3rd week of January until the 4th month of the year. So until April, there's almost this 4-month period of you slowly opening yourself up more to the possibility of changing your life and moving in a new direction. Definitely building something new here for yourself. It's like you get the idea 3 weeks into the year that, okay, I have to do something about this. And then it sort of feels like a slow build for the first 4 months of like gaining more courage. In respect to love, we have freedom. I process the power and the free will to create my own happiness. And then your actual card is happiness. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. We have the 7 of Swords to Judgment. I feel like this is you recognizing in the year 2026 that you have been sabotaging your happiness. Whether that means that you have been in a relationship that is maybe not satisfying to you, or you're staying for some codependent reasons and you're deciding to break free from that. That's quite possible for some of you. For others of you, you're just recognizing self-sabotaging behaviors or patterns that you exhibit in your romantic partnership or ships, and you're making a judgment call here. So either way, you're deciding to do relationships differently in 2026. Some of you are looking to exit a relationship. Some of you will be entering a relationship, but either way, you will be engaging in your romantic partnerships differently. I do see you in a partnership. So if you're a single Aries, I think you're going to break free from this, make the judgment call to find someone. Can you clarify that 7 of Swords for me? Clarify that 7 of Swords for me. I do see you breaking free of limiting beliefs and even self-sabotaging behaviors. For Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements for 2026. Tell me more about that 7 of Swords. And I almost feel like in the 7 weeks leading up to 2026, I think you've been acknowledging how maybe you have been sabotaging yourself in respect to romantic partnerships in general. So it's a lot of self-awareness here coming through. Tell me more about this. One more shuffle. Thank you. The 7 of Swords is clarified by the 4 of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Cups. Yeah, like for those of you where you currently are in a relationship and you're not very satisfied, maybe there's a lot of emotional, I just heard displeasure. So if you're in an existing relationship like that, I do see you, Eight of Pentacles to that Knight of Swords. I feel like it's internal to you, to be quite honest. This to me feels like you are in search of happiness. And in 2026, one, you are making improvements to how you show up in connections. Two, it appears that if you are currently in a connection and you're feeling the Four of Cups to the Eight of Cups, it looks to me as if you're making I don't know, it's like a judgment call. It's like you're having a quiet conversation with yourself, like going within, because the Judgment card does talk about going within, listening to your intuition and making the just, fair choice or decision for yourself. And so I do think here there's an acknowledgement within yourself that, hey, okay, one, I may be showing up this way in relationships, so I want to, Eight of Pentacles, work on myself. That is technically a card of self-mastery. And then two, the feeling is an acknowledgement within yourself. Again, if you're in this type of connection already, there's an honest conversation here with yourself of like, I want to become free, independent of this relationship. Right behind that, we have the Death card. So a lot of you are doing that so you can move towards another relationship. Tell me more about that Judgment card. Tell me more about the Judgment card here, please, for Aries. And for those of you where you're single, there's new love here. But again, I think you're showing up differently in that love connection. And for those of you where you're starting off the year in the Four of Cups, Eight of Cups energy in a relationship, I don't see you being in that relationship by the end of the year, but I do see you contemplating entering a new one. Tell me about the Judgment card. Why is the Judgment card here? One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Hanged Man, we have the Three of Pentacles, and we have the Six of Swords, bottom of the deck, Ten of Swords. So I do think for most of you, the decision this year is if this relationship does not improve as the year progresses, if I'm still in the Four of Cups and Eight of Cups, feeling emotionally, you know, physically, psychologically, sexually neglected by my person, and you're existing in the Eight of Cups, which really is a card of emotional lack, then, and it also is a card of movement, then it does look, after some serious introspection here, you're deciding to move forward or move on. I don't have the World card, so I don't know if it's a definitive end to the connection. It is a general collective reading, but to you internally, the relationship is over. And it looks like there's a decision here that you want to gain your freedom from that relationship. If you're single, I just see you really putting in the work to change yourself. Like I said, it looks like this time of being alone has provided you with a lot of time, Judgment to the Hangman card there, of like a lot of introspection and saying, okay, when I do enter a new relationship, these are the things that I would like to do differently. In terms of career and finance, you have the Coins card. It does talk about money coming in, wealth, making a good investment. You also have the Wings card. It says rising above money issues, your business taking off. So if you have a business or are contemplating opening up a business this year, it looks like you will have a substantial profit from that. I do want to caution you with that Five of Cups to the Devil card. The Devil card isn't always a negative card in tarot. I mean, realistically, that is the astrological placement of Saturn in Capricorn. And so if you know a high vibrational Capricorn, they are determined to succeed. You know, they set a goal to lose 20 pounds and they lose 25 or 30. So in terms of financial wealth and financial abundance, Capricorns have a tendency to overwork themselves, sometimes to the point of exhaustion. And I see here that if you are in pursuit of like opening up your own business or expanding a current one, or just making a lot of money, particularly if you're in sales or maybe even finance, there's something here where you almost become obsessed with making a lot of money, which can be a good thing if you're striving for success, but it could also lead to burnout as well. If this is something you're already doing, there's a caution here that by the time you get to the month of May, you will feel emotionally exhausted. It's almost like you're working so much that it will be physically draining to you. Tell me about that Devil card here in regards to career and finance for Aries for 2026. I also think some of you will be finding your life's purpose. So if you're currently at a job that pays the bills, but you're not particularly happy with, I could also see you changing jobs mid-year and moving towards something where you feel is better aligned for you. The Devil card is clarified by the Four of Cups. There's definitely something here about the possibility of you overworking yourself by the time you get to April or May. You have the Emperor, that's your energy, and we have the Six of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, Nine of Wands. If you are too obsessed with success, too obsessed with making money, you are nearing burnout by the time you get to April or May of this year, or if you're launching a business within 4 to 5 months of you opening the new business. This seems to be a goal of yours that you want to make so much money this year. And again, I think it's wonderful that you're very future focused. And some of you could even be picking up a second job here because I have Six of Pentacles, so I have 2 rows of 3. So that could be you working and collaborating in one job and then doing some kind of side hustle to work and collaborate and make money elsewhere. Just, I would be careful of exhaustion here. Nine of Wands, Page of Pentacles, and Nine of Pentacles. There's something here just about pacing yourself. There's more money to be had in the Nine of Pentacles if you just pace yourself with that Page of Pentacles. I think if you run yourself down into the ground, one, you're not going to make the financial money that you should be making. You kind of get stuck at the Four of Pentacles when you're striving for the Six. There's something here about working in moderation, not overworking yourself, taking time to relax, actually brings you the Nine of Pentacles, the financial abundance that you need. So I think your biggest concern this year seems to center around physical exhaustion, emotional exhaustion from overworking yourselves. Tell me about that Two of Swords, the Strength card, and the Ace of Cups. That is definitely new here. So this is almost like undecided about getting into a new relationship, undecided about leaving one relationship for another, undecided about maybe launching your own business. I do see you here going for the Ace of Cups, but you may not go for that until Leo season this year. Okay, clarify that Two of Swords to the Strength card, to the Ace of Cups for Aries for 2026. One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Star, and you have the Hermit. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Swords. I feel like that's more career focused here for you. Really striving to make some money. Like I said, maybe even launch your own business. But there's something here about just being careful, because as you're working and overworking, and take it from someone who works a lot and overworks, you could actually find yourself being isolated from friends and family and community. Are you striving to reach your financial goals? Yeah, but without that interaction with other people, it actually could start to become quite lonely. And I think it might actually, it has the potential for some of you to actually make you quite depressed. We see Four of Cups, Five of Cups, the Hermit. Those are very like solitary energies and not the ones that make you feel good. So the Ace of Swords is telling me that's the truth. Just be careful that you don't overwork yourself this year in respect to trying to make too much money. We'll close it out with some advice and oracle cards from the Infinity Oracle deck. Overall, good year. Good year for you. Like I said, changing the way you show up in relationships. Looks like you're building something new here in your life. And I think your only caution right now seems to be the potential to overwork yourself when it comes to money. Can we get 3 Infinity Oracle cards, please, for Aries for 2026? One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have self-sabotage. Well, self-sabotage in your relationships, I think that is something you're addressing. But you could also be self-sabotaging your health when it comes to your finances. You then have open up, and you have dazed and confused. Bottom of the deck, you have unexpected message and meaningful coincidences, and that's followed by big success. So I think this is the decision here with work. Should I open it? Should I change the job? Should I get a secondary job? I feel like that's your confusion. There's also some confusion here for those of you who are contemplating leaving a relationship, but I think everything opens up for you by Leo season. I think you're in a much different, I'm going to say, relationship. Like if you're single, I think you have someone new that you are in a relationship in by Leo season. Let's get you some advice cards here. Whatever self-sabotaging behavior you have, it looks like you're opening up and being honest to yourself about it. So with that unexpected message, again, I feel like that's that offer opportunity here that you're getting. I would just make sure that you're not isolating yourself by making this. I do see you accepting it. And if this is financial in nature, which that's the feeling that I'm getting here, yeah, it looks good. We'll know more as we get closer to it, but I would be careful of burnout there. And then you have meaningful coincidence and big success. Can we get 3 cards of advice here for Aries? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Your advice, 8 of Swords, 8 of Cups, and the 4 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, 6 of Pentacles. Interesting. So your advice for this year, try not to isolate yourself. A lot of times that 8 of Swords card is someone who isolates themselves. It's someone who puts a self-imposed restriction on themselves. And I think for a lot of you, this is in regards to career and finance. For that 8 of Cups, I would just be careful, because we saw that in respect to love and romance. So there is definitely something here about a current connection in your life being disappointing and you possibly emotionally withdrawing from it and abandoning it altogether, especially with that freedom to the death card there at the bottom of the deck. And with your career and finance, just be careful, because we saw that 4 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck there. There's something where you think, if I work more, if I put in more hours, I'll make more money. Do you receive the stability or financial security you're seeking? You do, but it's not as much as you could be making. And I think that's due to exhaustion and burnout. That is what I have for you, Aries. I'll go more in depth in the quarterly readings for members of the Time Travelers program. If you want to learn more about that, it is in the description box of this video. If you like these messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.